Candice Dickens, Vasma Williams, known by me as Dr. V. How are you, Dr. Williams?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me this evening. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, you are welcome. It's my honor. I cannot wait to ask you all the questions. People have been blowing up my phone,
Oh,
wanting to know.
wow. Okay.
Oh, yes, including my sister. Shout out to my sister Kim, wanting
Well,
to
hello,
know
Kim.
what is life coaching. Can you tell us what that is and how that's different from counseling?
Okay. I don't think it's very different from counseling, but I think it's more different from therapy. I'm not a therapist, I'm a life coach. And the way I try to help my clients understand is that there are people that diagnose you with things like, bipolar disorder, depression, uh, narcissistic personality disorder. Those are the things that you go and see someone who understands the inner workings of the brain,
Mhm.
that has had specified like CBT training and that kind of thing, where you can navigate through some of your behaviors um, in a way that helps your mental health. Now, who I am,
That's
I
who you
am,
are.
I am your coach. So, what does that mean? That means that just like when you had a coach in basketball or football or soccer or softball,
Mhm.
that person was the person that gave you the instructions on how to play the game.
Yes.
Therapists are there to help you understand how you were sent to the game,
Oh, I love
but I'm
that.
there to help you play the game.
Oh, I like that distinction. So,
So go
therapists
ahead.
are there to help you figure out how you're sent to the game, and you're there to teach them how to play the game
Yes.
and win,
I'm sorry.
and win the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Always the goal is to win. But
I love
sometimes,
that.
let's be very clear, that losing is not losing. Losing is learning. So
Mm.
when you lose a relationship, when you lose a job, when you even lose a house, and I've been through that personally, it
Yes.
was a learning opportunity. It was for me to learn how to do it better the next time.
Mm.
Not to mention that a coach also gets to know you, understands how you think, understands how you feel, understands your perspective on things, but then always is expecting you to come up, and they raise the bar. They raise it to the next level of achievement. They raise it to the next level of understanding. So what I tell my clients is, if you come to me with a diagnosis, I'm going to need you to either be in care with a licensed professional,
Mm-hmm.
or we can get you in care with a licensed professional, because we can work in concert with each other, not just in tandem, but in concert. So, as the therapist is helping you to understand all the things that you learned and developed and understood and felt
Mm-hmm.
coming to the game, then I take the person that showed up at the game and say, okay, from what you have right now, this is what we're going to work with in order to win this game of life.
Oh, I love that. And you give them the tools so they could win this game of life on their terms?
Yes, we get you work out strategies,
Oh, I love
just
it.
like you do in a job. You have to have a strategy of how you're approaching what you're doing on a day in and day out basis. You're
Mm-hmm.
always looking at something from the standpoint of somebody tell me what to do, instead of being proactive and understanding who you are and how you can get that particular task done, not just to the best of your ability, but to the uniqueness of your personality.
Oh, I like that. So it's really tailored towards them.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm. Where sometimes
Absolutely.
when we have, therapists sometimes and psychologists and social workers, we tailor it towards the symptom. and
Mm-hmm.
you tailor towards the person.
Yes. Yes.
I love this. How did you get into this? Tell me your story
Wow.
in two
Well, I
minutes.
have quite a story. But the short story is, I was raised in a multicultural family, and raised in the church. And as life went on, I became a part of the ministry at a very young age. So I
Okay.
started in ministry, at the tender age of 12.
Hmm.
And from that point up until probably about 3 years ago, I was operating in very uh, specialized, like music ministry, worship ministry, assistant pastor. I was doing counseling with my members of the church.
Okay.
But about 3 years ago, I had a traumatic life event.
Mm.
And that traumatic life event caused me to wake up to life. So, what happened? Um, my parents, who had been married for 61 plus years, passed away within days of each other. And we buried them both on the same day. So, that took its toll on me. It took its toll on my mental health. Let's be very clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
It took
devastating.
it really was. And what happened was I was able to get some professional help during that time that made me wake up and realize that this is not it. This is not the end.
Mm.
Energy never dies. So there's never an end to life.
That,
Energy never dies. So in that, I decided to embark on a journey of my own of self-discovery, self-awareness. And I actually reconnected with my best friend uh, from college,
mhm.
and she, unbeknownst to me, got me to apply for this program through the Institute of Impact Strategies. And I embarked on this program for my honorary doctorate and my international interfaith chaplaincy. Once I was in the program is when I found out she was the founder of this program.
We get that. That's by divine order, right? That
Yes,
no coincidences. The
absolutely.
universe says yes. Look at
That's right.
that. So it
That's right.
allowed you to live a life of purpose and to emerge as the coach.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right. So during that time, I became certified in diversity, equality, inclusion,
Hmm.
dignity, human gender rights. I became a mandated reporter. Um, and I am one of the very first in this program, and I'm also one of the very first international interfaith chaplains.
Oh,
And I serve as that chaplain for her and her organization, which is the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights.
girl, you're a bad woman. Let me tell you, for people who don't know, interfaith means this woman does all faiths. So
Yes,
not just Christianity, she does it,
that's
just
right.
all of it. So when they're
That's right.
getting a coaching you, they're really getting someone who's able to meet them wherever they're at and able to
That's right.
tailor it based upon what they need.
That's right.
I love
And
it.
I'm also the founder of an interfaith community. People call it a church. They call me a pastor, but I consider
Uh-huh.
myself a senior love leader. It's called the
Ooh.
Love Faith Assembly,
Does it have
and
a website or address? How do people find
no,
it?
we're just virtual right now. You find me
Oh,
on
yeah.
Facebook or Instagram. You can find me there, and we can connect from there because we're building a community of people where we operate with dignity and we admire, encourage, support, and inspire people
Oh, I
to want to
love
be better humans.
I love
No matter what the faith is. I
yeah.
honestly don't. I'm an ominist, so that means that I don't believe that one faith is the truth. I believe the truth walks among all faiths.
Mm.
So I have Muslim, Baha'i, Jewish, um, Taoists, and Buddhists, and so it's not about who you call on; it's that you call on someone
Hello.
greater than yourself.
Girl, you're gonna make me want to coach. I'm just saying. I know we're running out of time, and I have to have you back to do a part
Okay.
two.
Yes,
How do people
please.
find you? How people connect with you? For people who want more information about your coaching services, I know you do different kinds of coaching: grief,
Yes.
business, personal. How do they
Yes.
find you?
So you can find me at selflovethinktank.com. That's selflovethinktank.com. Or you can find me under Vasma Williams on Facebook. I'm happy to connect with you there. And I just thank you again for the opportunity to be here. I look forward to being
Oh,
able to
we're gonna
come
do a
back and
part two.
talk
You
with you
coming
some
back, my
more.
sister? I'm not finished with you. Not at all. Thank you for spending time. I know we had some technical issues, so I know for all of you who've been waiting for her, you want to hear more from her. I'm having this sister back because the truth is, everyone doesn't need therapy. Some
Hmm.
people need a coach who can teach them how to play the game of life and win.
That's right.
And someone who can meet them where they're needs. 'Cause I know people who go to a professional coach for businesses, growth,
Hmm.
losing weight. A coach
Hmm.
really has that intimate day to day. They come into your life with therapists. We can't. You come into our office. You come into us on telehealth, but
Yes.
you come into the life. So
Yes.
I want everyone to check this sister out. We're going to have her back for more questions, all that great stuff. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you.
Have
Take
a
care.
great evening.
You too. Bye bye.